All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakak Wadash, that belong to our apostles and the elder bishops and the elders of the great millstone who teach God and rule well. And greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you. Hopefully, elect out there, Shalom unto you. You brush your quad with a video here on the memorial of the day of the blowing of the trumpets, okay? And just wanted to bring this out. And I even watched a few other brothers' videos. I mean, I had precepts that came to mind, and I'm pretty sure a lot of these will hit the same moments, okay? And I've seen brothers do it on different situations. What I want to particularly look into is the custom of blowing a trumpet, but how it's spiritual now, okay? And how the different, and just basically just going into the word, okay? By in another sense, blowing a trumpet, basically warning you people of what's going on and what's happening. Okay, we're warning you of what's going on. It's not the same way as the ancient way. The ancient way was, you got to imagine, when you look at when we were given our different lands, and the three tribes that were on the half tribe of Manasseh, Gad and Reuben on the other side of the Jordan, east of Jordan. We see somebody coming, or somebody in the north saw something coming. They blow the trumpet a certain way, say, "Hey, there's an army coming," and it was, brothers have said, it was a warning unto you to get. It was a certain sound that it had to be blown. It was a warning. Now, if it was a feast of the new moon, we would hear a certain type of other sound being blown. Okay. Letting the, hey, tribes from the east are coming. Boom. Tribes from the west are coming. From the north, they're coming down to Jerusalem. Okay, letting you know that, hey, we're on the move. So if you see a wide range and big group of people coming, don't think it's any harm. It's just us. Don't bring your army out from that area. It's just us. And we should all be in tune with that anyway, because we're still locked into the same lunar calendar. Okay, with the same feast days. All right. So you got to really think about it in that sense, how the custom was actually lived in that time. Okay, so when you blew the trumpet, when you were just coming down for one of the feasts, particularly say this feast, you blow the trumpet and you walk on down. Hey, it made who knows how many people, thousands of people would begin to walk down to the to Jerusalem, okay, or over to Jerusalem. And you kind of knew who was like almost like a roll call of who was coming in. Now, it wouldn't be a distinct sound of each tribe, as far as I know, but the direction, you would hear that direction coordinated to move moving towards Jerusalem. All right. So I'm gonna just start back here, and I'm gonna correlate it to how we do now, Joel chapter 2, and these are the answers, okay? To these topics and these situations, these are the answers. All right. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Now, the sound that we're blowing now, because it has to be a distinct sound matter of fact, brothers have been bringing these out. It has to be a distinct sound. I believe Yahweh Shai said that right here. No. It was said it by, Paul wrote it, right? Yep. 1 Corinthians 14, verse 7, and even things without life-giving sound, whether pipe or harp, those instruments that were man-made, right? Except they give a distinction in the sound. And now the difference is, we have to give a distinction of the sound now, which is a distinction of the truth, a proper understanding and breakdown of the prophecies. Okay, you can't be saying the MOTB. We're blowing the trumpet of the MOTB all over the internet. That is the C-hip, and a lot of you people don't want to believe it. We're blowing the trumpet that the Edomites are in rulership today, and they're coming down with the hammer with great wrath. Okay, they're coming down. Okay, they're setting up their sword. They're setting up their NWO. We've said all these things. Okay, we've been reminding you. And if you're saying anything other than that, if you're not blowing a proper trumpet that the name is Yahweh, and the name of his only begotten son is Yahweh Shai, hey, you're blowing it wrong. You're out of tune. All right? So how it shall be, it says, except they give a distinction in the sound, whether in, like I was saying, in the ancient custom, whether it was a war horn being blown, so you understood, hey, this is war. Hey, there's a tribe coming, somebody or a nation coming from the north, and we're blowing a trumpet. Hey, get ready, and we're gonna send word that we're gonna have this many men ready to head up there to defend. Okay. Or if it's a different, when it's a feast day, we know that there's a feast. Oh, okay, since it's the feast is coming, we know that they're walking down from this time and this so forth a couple days early so they can be here on time to hold the occasion. All right? It says, except they give a distinction in the sound. I'm sure they blew a trumpet during the marriage feast. There was a certain something for that. They blew it during the Sabbath, a certain sound for that. Certain feast days, they blew it a distinctive way. Okay, and of course war, the biggest correlation of any other sound, which is the one that we keep blowing, Jacob's trouble. Okay, the hour of temptation, World War III. Okay, when the enemy shall come in like a flood during Jacob's trouble upon you Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. These are the sounds that we blow. Okay, letting you know that, hey, this is what's coming down to you people, to our people. Okay, because we got to go through it as well. Okay, but we're walking and living ourselves, giving ourselves as a living example of how we should be walking and behaving in these times with all holy conversation and godliness. All right, reading on, it says, for it is the trumpet that give for if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? How you gonna know to get ready for? And the one that you should be ready for is the battle. How you gonna get ready for the battle if the horn is blown differently? Indistinctly. Matter of fact, I have the word indistinct. Okay, indistinct. It says not clear or sharply defined. If it's not defined, not sharp, not a certain sound, not a specific something. Okay, and when you gotta understand, it's peaceful and quiet and just regular music playing or whatever lowly, but then these ram's horns get blown off. When it's, especially in the time of war, it gets blown off, it breaks your concentration. It cuts into you, it incises. Matter of fact, I gotta get to those, but it breaks your concentration, lets you know, hey, that's something like an alarm. It's something waking me up to that. Blow my trumpet, sound the alarm. All right, so let's go back to that. Joel 2, it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, it is nigh at hand. And that's what we're blowing you. Hey, an army is coming. Hey, the day of the Lord is coming. This is a different sound. Okay? It's not just a shofar, or a shawapara, as you could say, but it's really the shawapar when you break it into, with the connectors in there. Shapar. Okay, let's get that. All right, this is Joel 2:1. We're gonna go into the word shapar. Yep, trumpet. Okay, shofar, as they try to do it, shawa or shapar. Okay, all the different finds. Look, in the original sense of incising. Okay, incising. That was the word I had seen, and now it means to cut into. It says ram, a horn, ram's horn. Okay, the shapar, cornet, trumpet, right? It says, in the original sense of incising, a cornet as giving a clear sound, or a curved horn, cornet, trumpet, giving a clear sound. And that's what we blow the trumpet now in these times. Not necessarily, we do literally blow the shofar to observe the high holy day, but we're blowing the trumpet in these days, warning the people of war. Okay, of war to come. Okay, of danger, of the day of the Lord is at hand. All right, let's see if it has anything else in here resembling the horn from the clear and sharp sound. Okay, and that's what we give, a clear and sharp sound. We don't waver. We it's black and white. We go, this is what it is right here. Okay, any other words that jump out? So that's the point. So let's go to that word incising. I looked it up. Okay, incising. It says mark or decorate an object or surface with a cut or a series of cuts, like you would etch your name in something. Okay, that's incising. You would cut into the silence or the peace that was given unto everybody going about their day regular, and then they'd hear that ram's horn blow, sound of war or the sound of a feast day, and you'd be like, oh, that's the sound of this. I know what time it is to get ready for. Okay, this is the time we got to get ready for. And that's the day that we're living in. The day of the Lord is upon us. Okay, engrave, etch, carve, cut. Let me go into it. It says engrave, etch, carve, cut, chisel, inscribe, score, chase, notch, scotch. Cut skin or flesh with a surgical instrument. And what does that remind you of? I'm not going to get too deep into that, but that's the Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay? From the normal way that your body is going into this transhumanism, marking everybody, if you will. Okay? Putting the C-hip in everybody. That's a different video for another time. Cut into, right? Slit, open, gash, lance. Just want to make that point because they made the point here. But in the Latin, cut into, to cut into, engrave. All right? Revelation 13:16. I might as well just get it. Since it said all of that, engrave, cut, all of that. Let's see what it got here. I think it's the other word, haragma. Stamp, imprint, mark. Stamp on forehead, right hand, badge of followers of the Antichrist. Mark, brand upon horses. Thing, carved, sculpture, graven work. Idolatrous image. Scratch or etching. Okay? So this is it on the left-hand side, okay? Him cutting into us on the left-hand side. But like I said, I didn't want to make it about that. This is about the breaking of the peace of warning you by blowing the trumpet, okay? To cut into the peace and the calm mind state you have and get your mind right to serve the Lord or be destroyed in the day of the Lord, okay? Let's see if there's anything, stamp, imprinted, mark. Yep. That's all in that. Yep. All right, so I guess I should read it. Revelation 13, verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. This is something that we're blowing the trumpet about, okay? It says, or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so let's go back. Yeah, one of my favorites, Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 30, it says, and when thou, son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what the word of the Lord that cometh the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and this is all cool. You people, oh, the Israelites, and they come up, yeah, Shalom, bro, and they do all of that, you know, tribe of Judah, blah, 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 all that sounds good. But how are you living that proves that you're of that tribe? How are you living that you're of the faithful, of the hopeful elect, you know? What are you doing to prove that? Okay, it says, and this is part of what we're warning you about. The trumpet is getting blown, and you got certain things that you should be doing. Like to keep the feast day, there's certain things that you got to blow the trumpet, say some prayers, you know, read, you know, different things like that. You may, burn, you know, some incense or whatever the case may be, according to the particular high holy day. And brothers have went into this particular high holy day. Okay, I don't believe there's actually coming up into the Day of Atonement, which is a fasting. So this could be a day to eat. Okay, and then there'll be a feast after it. Okay, but really you just build up to it. It's not all about eating, so you don't have to necessarily eat, from what I recall. Okay, but going after the Day of Atonement, there is a feast that comes up after that. Feast of Tabernacles. Okay, so anyway, it says, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they do them not. Okay, the people are hearing us. We see it. The people are hearing us. Some are doing it, but most are not. The whole nation ain't doing it. Okay, they ain't taking heed as the warning of the blowing of this trumpet. Okay, for with their mouth do they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. And they're going to covet after the things that the beast is giving out so they can buy and sell. That's what the people are going to do. They're not going to take the warning of the trumpet we're blowing. Okay? And thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice and play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. And this instrument, though we're talking about the shawapar, or the shofar, blowing the shofar, the ram's horn, versus blowing the trumpet and speaking this truth unto people. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, spare not. Okay? It says, and when this cometh to pass, and lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. They're going to know that we were blowing the trumpet, we were blowing sitting in a high tower, man, blowing the trumpet. Okay, warning you that this was coming down to our people, because you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to have it the worst in these days, man. The days are coming, we're going to have it the worst. And I'm going to go back to this one and I'll close it. It says, and saying, let me see if I read up a little bit. Yep, verse 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows, saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. Okay? We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. Okay? We're telling you all these things, but you ain't listening to what we're warning you of. You're not making a distinction between the sounds. Okay, between the war sounds and the peaceful sounds. You don't even, a lot of Jays got earplugs in, and they ain't paying no attention to this. Okay, and it's to their own destruction, man. So I'm gonna end it there. Lord willing, it was edifying. Just something quick I want to throw up in the spirit, not throw up, but put up in the spirit. Hit another angle. These people just won't get it, man. People just don't want to hear the sound of the trumpet. Well, even when we literally blow it, my neighbors ain't said nothing. You ain't heard them. The dogs, you can hear them barking a couple houses down, but they ain't nobody else really concerned with it. You know, I had a back door open where the neighbors next door can hear, not on purpose necessarily, just because it's warm in the house. They can hear what I'm in there listening to. They hear what brothers is talking about. And brothers would do lives at my crib. So what is it now? Hey, that's on you. That's on them Jakes. They got to deal with that, man. So anyway, like I was saying, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praises and glories unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, our Chakodash. Double honor to our apostles, the elders, and the bishops of the great millstone who teach God and rule well. And greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you, hopeful elect out there. To the next one, Shalom.